The year was 1994. In the quiet town of Gloucester, England, a chilling discovery sent shockwaves through the community. Police, acting on a tip-off, began excavating the garden of a seemingly ordinary house at 25 Cromwell Street. What they found would unveil a horrifying tale, a story that would forever be etched in the annals of criminal history. The house, once a symbol of normalcy, quickly became known as the House of Horrors. The discovery of human remains in the garden of 25 Cromwell Street marked the beginning of a long and arduous investigation. It was a puzzle with many pieces, a story waiting to be painstakingly pieced together. At the heart of this grim tale were Fred and Rosemary West, the seemingly ordinary couple who resided at 25 Cromwell Street. As the investigation progressed, the horrifying truth began to emerge, revealing a history of unimaginable cruelty and depravity. Rumours had circulated for years about the goings-on at 25 Cromwell Street. Neighbours spoke in hushed tones of strange noises, disappearances, and an unsettling atmosphere that seemed to cling to the house. There were whispers of young people, often runaways or those seeking refuge, who would arrive at the West's doorstep, never to be seen again. But these whispers were often dismissed, brushed aside as idle gossip in a town where everyone knew their neighbour's business. At the time, Fred West was known locally as a bit of a character, a handyman with a gruff exterior and a penchant for telling tall tales. Rosemary, his wife, was often seen as quiet and withdrawn, a shadow in the background of Fred's boisterous personality. Few suspected the horrors that lurked beneath the surface of their seemingly mundane lives. The truth, as it so often does, lay hidden in plain sight. The police investigation, meticulous and painstaking, began to unravel the dark secrets of 25 Cromwell Street. The discovery of the first body in the garden was just the tip of the iceberg. As the excavation continued, more and more human remains were uncovered, each one a testament to the horrific crimes that had taken place within the walls of the house. The nation watched in horror as the true extent of the West's crimes was revealed. The investigation was not limited to the confines of 25 Cromwell Street. The police, following a trail of breadcrumbs left behind by the West, discovered bodies buried at other locations. Each discovery added another layer to the already gruesome narrative, painting a picture of a couple who had been actively engaged in a campaign of terror for years. The victims, it turned out, were not strangers to the Wests. Many of them were young women, often runaways or those estranged from their families, who had been lured to the house with promises of food, shelter, and friendship. Once inside, they became trapped, subjected to unimaginable horrors at the hands of Fred and Rosemary. Their stories, pieced together through painstaking detective work, revealed a pattern of abuse, torture, and ultimately murder. The investigation uncovered a chilling truth. Fred and Rosemary had been operating with impunity for years, their crimes hidden beneath a veneer of normalcy. Fred, it transpired, was the mastermind behind the murders, a man driven by a twisted sense of power and control. Rosemary, although initially portrayed as a victim of her husband's abuse, was revealed to be an active participant in the crimes, her complicity sending shockwaves through the community. Fred West, faced with overwhelming evidence and the prospect of spending the rest of his life behind bars, took his own life in prison in 1995. His suicide, while denying the victims and their families the closure of a trial, did little to diminish the magnitude of his crimes. Rosemary, however, stood trial for her role in the murders. The trial, a media sensation, gripped the nation, the courtroom packed with journalists and members of the public, eager to witness justice being served. In 1995, Rosemary West was found guilty of 10 murders and sentenced to life in prison, a fitting punishment for her role in the atrocities committed at 25 Cromwell Street. The guilty verdict, while bringing some measure of closure to the families of the victims, did little to erase the pain and suffering inflicted by the Wests. The house at 25 Cromwell Street, a constant reminder of the horrors that had unfolded within its walls, was demolished in 1996, the site now a quiet footpath. The victims of Fred and Rosemary West were more than just names on an indictment sheet. They were daughters, sisters, friends, each with their own unique story, their own dreams and aspirations. Their lives were tragically cut short, their futures stolen by a couple who preyed on the vulnerable and the innocent. In the aftermath of the trial, their families and loved ones were left to pick up the pieces to navigate a world forever altered by the horrors of 25 Cromwell Street. The case of Fred and Rosemary West serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. It is a testament to the importance of vigilance, of speaking out against injustice, and of remembering those whose lives were lost to the horrors of 25 Cromwell Street. The town of Gloucester, forever scarred by the crimes of Fred and Rosemary West, began the long and arduous process of healing. The community, once fractured by suspicion and distrust, came together to support the families of the victims and to rebuild their shattered lives. The demolition of 25 Cromwell Street, while a symbolic gesture, marked a turning point for the town, a physical manifestation of their determination to move forward. The legacy of the House of Horrors extends far beyond the confines of Gloucester. It serves as a chilling reminder of the importance of vigilance, of speaking out against injustice, and of remembering those whose lives were lost. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure, and that even in the face of unimaginable cruelty, hope can emerge from the ashes of tragedy.